Hello AOS fans, this is a special episode, which is a bit ridiculous when we only had 2 episodes, but this is our first unboxing, my first ever unboxing as well, so and it is, as you may have heard, Bloodbowl, which is Games Workshop's long-standing but long neglected fantasy football game, which obviously, as you can tell from the title, is very violent. It's got a huge fan following, which I hadn't realised until looking into it, but I have known that for a very long time Pete here has been very into Blood Bowl, been desperate for this to come back. I don't know how long I've known Pete, about 15 years. The last edition came out in 2001, and I think probably most of those 15 years he said, I wish they'd do a new Blood Bowl, I wish they'd do a new Blood Bowl.
I was in it back when they brought out in '94, the 3rd edition, so I was 13 queuing up outside the Games Workshop store.
I did actually play the 1st edition from '86 with cardboard, because I'm a lot older than Pete, with cardboard figures, which I quite enjoyed. And a friend of mine did have 2nd edition with the old polystyrene board, but I didn't play that one so much. But I do remember playing the cardboard version.
Yeah, when the first one came out I was 5, so...
I can't believe you didn't play it.
No, I know. I was more into my 40k then.
Anyway, enough about Pete's childhood. We will commence the unboxing for you. I'm going to let Pete do the honours since he has been very excited. Desperate to get his hands on this for quite some time. So here we go.
I don't know what the protocol is for unboxing things. I'm just going to open it and sort of go rabid, and we'll just have to try and string it all together later on.
Okay.
So, much practiced, sharpened of fingernails.
This has been in my house for a week, and I'm very good. I haven't taken the cellophane off.
And I'm very appreciative of that.
Just to let Pete have the moment.
I was tempted just to break into your house one night and burgle it. So there we go. What's that new box smell? Oh, so I can't really put that anywhere that you're going to be able to see it. We'll put that off to one side so we can knock it over. And we're immediately greeted with the new box aroma and the plasticky smells and all the funky bits that are inside it, jam-packed in there.
It is. I like these new shallower GW boxes from in the days of old. They were much thicker. These are much easier to fit on the shelf, which means you can buy more. So I think it's a good idea.
A little decal around the edge, all the different models and things. Might be able to see there. We'll stick some pictures up on Twitter in a minute. They're going to be cutting in and out, so we can take some shots and stick them up on Twitter as we go. So the first thing we get to in here is a little silver sprue of. I do like this. This is the range ruler. Comes in 2 halves, which is used for measuring your throwing, so you can tell whether you're in a short, medium, long pass range. In the middle here, this little chaos star. That's the scatter dice. So that determines which one of the 8 directions a ball will bounce in when it lands and so on, or whether it's a failed pickup or failed drop or blitz or that kind of thing. And over on the side here, there's a little, I do like this touch, it looks like an American football helmet.
Ah.
And it's just for the throw-ins.
We want to show them rather than
So you can see on here, again, zoom in a minute, you can see on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for when it gets knocked off the ball, either gets knocked off of the pitch, thrown off the pitch, or the carrier gets knocked off holding the ball and the fans throw it back in a random direction.
Oh, okay.
So you put that down and then you roll the dice and you can work out which way it goes.
I see, it's a helmet. I see now.
And these are all incredibly detailed for what are just templates, the stuff on here. So I can see spending just as much time painting these as I can actually painting the models.
Right.
But those are awesome.
Do you just want to put that back in there and I'll take a photo?
So we're going to take a picture and we'll be back. Cool, so tweet 1 cent, hopefully everybody got that.
Somebody did.
Somebody's already got that. Cool, so now we're on to the models. These sprue are just, the detail on them is amazing. You get 2 sprues in the box, they're identical in the models that you get on them. Okay. Each one has 3 linesmen, a thrower and a black orc blocker.
For the orcs.
Yep, these are for the orcs, so the green ones are orkies.
Okay.
You also get a little turn counter thing, which is like an orky fist. And you also get a coin, which can be used for flipping at the beginning of the game, marking a turn counter, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay.
And there are a couple of balls. There are some specific orc type balls. So there's a spiky ball in the top corner.
Orcs have spiky balls.
They do. And there's also a little, the other one up the top there, I think it is. It's a little one-legged squig.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a one. Is that a ball?
It is a ball.
One-legged
It's just a ball.
I have to say the detail on these is amazing. I mean, Games Workshop, you do pay for their figures, but they are, I think, the best in business.
When you look at what the previous edition had, they were single piece models, and they were good, but they were single piece models. And these things, they're like 3 pieces each, I think, but they are just fantastic. And
they're clip fit, I believe.
Yes, they're all push fit. So
test those out in a minute. But that's the orcs.
That is fantastic.
And then in green, in blue.
We've got a blindness. Weakness. We've got the humans. The Umis.
And of course, this is before the end times. This game.
It is.
So these people are playing it in total ignorance of how things are going to go for them.
Well, I think this is basically set in an alternate universe.
Oh, is it?
So there's basically this version, a lot of the GW digital games and everything are all basically set in the old world, which has continued in its own vein, and they're not going to change that for any of this stuff.
No, I know that. I was being facetious.
It's hard to tell. And again, you get 2
generally, if I'm speaking, I'm being facetious.
You can tell me facetious. His lips move. And again, you get 2 sprues here, each with this time 3 linemen, a blitzer, a thrower and a catcher. Humans don't have blockers, they have catchers. Okay. They're slightly edging more towards the agile side to play rather than the orcs. Right. Smash them into the ground style.
I should really like these figures. Can I play the humans?
Good, because I'm going to play the orcs. So yes, you may.
Excellent.
Again, you get a little fist token countery thing there and a little coin with an eagle type thing on it. These are all going to be getting sprayed up gold and made to look
lots
gorgeous.
Of balls here.
Loads of balls. Well, they both have 4 balls on them. The human one's a little bit...
I think you said they had 2.
Well, 2 on each. Oh no, that's a good point. This has 4 balls on one sprue, so that's I think the orc one only has 2 balls.
3.
Oh no, 3. 3 balls. There you go. Orcs have 3 balls.
Of course, humans have 4. Okay. Clearly, alternate universe.
There's 4 between 6 people on this. They've only got about.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, this guy's holding his.
That's a good point, which is a little inappropriate. But
yeah.
So those are the humans. It's hard to tell which one the blitzer is because everybody's got giant punch dagger knuckle dustery type things on them. And again, the detail on these is just superb. It's just really can't get over how detailed these are. And again, push fit for these ones as well as the orcs. So hopefully we'll be able to give those a try out in a little while.
Really good. I really like those.
And you got your bases, bigger bases, which is nice. And they have a little hole in. Something I didn't mention on here. Most of these they have a little tag on the ball, and on the bases have holes, so you can actually clip the ball in, which is brilliant because when you've got loads of models around and the ball won't stay on the base and everything.
Just and there's slaughter bases as well.
Slaughter bases because
you don't see very often now in Games Workshop.
You do not. Right, we're back from some inane tweeting. Hopefully everybody got those, although this is probably going to come out several days later, so apologies.
Next to the box is the dice in a plastic bag, and there's something very exciting in here.
So a lot of people won't find this as exciting as we're about.
I've never seen. Oh come on! If you play Bloodbowl and you're into Warhammer, you're going to find this as exciting as we are.
Most gamers right now at home have bags of dice, but they don't probably have one of these. There's something very special in here.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green D6, I'm guessing they're the orcs.
They are. Now you've got green dice and blue dice, one's for orcs and one's for humans. Mm-hmm. You get the 2D6, which are pretty standard, although they have a nice little BB logo on the 6s.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which are pretty
this is a new thing I haven't really understood, well not understood, I haven't seen a new trend of putting logos on the 6s. I'm not sure I like it myself. I got very confused with your ones you
whenever I battle rep one,
I never know when I've got a 6.
The next thing you get in there, for each person, you get 3, and they're stylised, I think, a little bit, although it's mostly the colour that differentiates them. You get 3 of the block dice, so these are the usual GW block dice, Bloodbowl block dice, should I say. You get your skull, and you push back and knock down, and your both down results, and your attacker down results. And you get 3 of those each. One for blue.
Exclamation mark for when you want to make an interjection, is that right?
No.
No, okay.
Anyway, moving on.
But I object.
I object. That's for when you have, if I can remember correctly, that knocks you down unless you've got dodge.
Oh, okay.
If you've got dodge, that doesn't. Oh no, that might be. Yes, that doesn't knock you down if you've got dodge. It just pushes you back. Whereas the one you want is the explosion that knocks you down regardless.
Okay. Okay.
You then get a D8, which is a pretty standard D8 with a nice little sort of stylised
runic.
Yeah, quite like that.
Yeah,
It's fairly angular. And then this is something which I'm unnecessarily excited about. It's a D16.
D16, people.
D16s? I don't think I've ever seen a D16.
D16,
They spin really nicely.
Really well, yeah.
But D16. Now everybody obviously knows what this is for already because in the old Blood Bowl game you used to just get 16 tokens and when you had to randomly pick a player you just picked a token out of the bag.
Okay. 7.
But now you get a D16 so you can specifically say right, person 14
So
is
yours is better than mine.
Yeah, so weighted those ones nicely. So those are the dice, very nicely done. Green for orcs and blue for humans so you don't end up getting mixed up. I really hope that GW do dice for each team in the team colour. I'm not sure what you do there because orcs have got green, Skaven would have green.
Brown.
Could do brown for Skaven, but then you've got Nurgle and you've got Khorne and
Red.
Zinch.
Different colours.
Yeah,
Depending
exactly.
on what day you play.
Exactly, so yeah, we could get like multi-festival. So those are the dice, they look beautiful as well.
We probably talked rather too long about dice. But
But D16 people, D16! That's mental.
Okay, here we have just a board, I think.
It's just a little plastic sheet that protects the cardboard beautiful bits from the plastic beautiful bits.
But it does have some interesting stuff on the back, which you might be able to see there. I'll take a picture of that in a second. But it's Blood Bowl, it's got some things about expansions, Death Zone Season 1 gaming supplement, the Skaven Blight Scramblers.
Oh, the Skaven team, they do
The
look nice.
thing about the app, we tried to find the app today, that's not available yet.
Yeah, we can get that.
And there's something here called Age of Sigmar, I'm not sure what that is.
That sounds cool, we should totally do stuff with
40,000?
There is a brilliant bit on the back of the box, which I haven't got yet. It says on the back here, proudly in the top corner, from the same people who brought you Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000.
They
Which
actually
is
said
interesting,
it,
so it makes you
in that
wonder.
voice as well.
It does. If you read it, you have to read it in that voice. So it makes you wonder, is it going to actually be sold in all shops, just Warhammer shops? It'd be good to see it in your local, like your Argos or your Smiths or something like that. Okay, so tweeting done. Next bit is a rulebook. Wouldn't be without a rulebook. It's actually quite slim as well. And nice
shrink wrapped as well.
Shrink wrapped as well, so get the old nails out again. It's a good thing I had my manicure done. It's not only is it some rules, it's got some quick reference sheets as well, which is cool. Tells you all about movement, knockdowns and injuries.
Small
rerolls.
print there.
It is quite small print.
Yeah, there's obviously.
You've got all your.
Excuse me, a lot going on in this game.
You've got all your agility stuff on agility table on the back, which shows you your AG roll versus your D6 roll required. All the modifiers that get applied during that time for dodgings and pickups.
I'm looking at nodding there, but I've actually got a different side to paint.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. I don't know what's going on at all.
And you've also got all the usual good stuff which most hardcore Blood Bowl fans will know about: the kickoff table, your injury tables, your weather tables, and it even gives you all a handy little summary for all your slots, dice and things. And I was right, unless the defender uses the dodge skill, they're pushed back and knocked down, so I remembered that one.
Oh, there's a weather table.
There is, so you can have blistering heat.
Perfect Blood Bowl weather.
Or a blizzard. Nearly, I don't think I've ever played anything apart from nice.
Okay.
Just nice. So, nice little quick reference here, and the rulebook. Now this has got a nice little logo on the back there, and it's got a nice little front to it as well. Standard.
Projected straight to you by Cabal Vision. I like
yes,
it.
I do like all the little tie-ins GW have done with American football and all that kind of like the god is Nuffle. I think the god's called Nuffle, which is basically NFL and all that kind of silliness. So
I noticed on the front of the box it says official Blood Bowl merchandise.
Yeah, I like that as well. And on the inside front cover we've got Jim and Bob. You couldn't be without Jim and Bob.
They're still in.
They're still in. So I think they were meant to be modelled off of Bob Bifford and I can't remember the other guy.
I assume NFL.
Jim Johnson. I think these guys, they're like the commentators, and I think they were modelled off of a couple of GW staff.
Oh, okay.
James Johnson I don't want to say Andy Chambers because I don't know if it was Andy Chambers. So
Was that Jervis Johnson?
Yeah, I think that was Jervis Johnson.
The,
So put it in the comments
That's what
and
he is.
remind me which one it was because I'm lazy. I can't bother to Google. But yeah, because Jervis Johnson was a big player in all of this.
Yes. Right, the original.
I think he might have done.
Give out the original.
Got a nice little picture on the inside front there of the human and orc teams all painted up.
Okay.
Now,
That's funny. I thought they were corn.
yeah, they're very red. They've got a nice,
very red.
very red.
Yeah, red. I was surprised they're not yellow.
So in the book we get, I'm just going to run through it really quick, but you've got a load of quick examples on how to play with the basic rules and things like that. What illegal procedures are, time limits, because I don't know if many people played with the time limits, but you can have a 4-minute per turn time limit to stop your opponent taking a long time. Explaining all the basic things, but then that's about just over half of the book, I'd
So
say.
how many pages is that? Up to page
34. So that gives you all the team skills and abilities and things, and that's 34 out of 56 pages, so it's a little over half.
Okay.
You then get on to, it's got all the history in it again, so it's got all the origins of Bloodbowl,
That's the
years.
fictional history, is it?
Yeah,
Rather
and it's got...
than, Genesis of the game.
Yes, the fictional history of the game. But it does actually, I've just seen in here, it says something about by the late 80s and stuff, so I think that's game time still, but they tried to tie it in a bit. You got little star player profiles in here of various star players through the ages and stuff like that. This one here is for Morgan Thorg, the Ballista. I noticed that they've now changed the spelling of Thorg because it's now spelled Thorg, and in the original version it was spelled Throrg, which made it nearly impossible to pronounce. Thorg. And everyone called him Morgan Thorg anyway, so it obviously stuck. So there's a bit more about various other star players.
Did I see
Blood Bowl results?
a painting guide there?
Yes, so if we keep flicking through, you get a nice little bump of fluff and stuff here, and then you get a little bit at the back from page 50 of assembling your teams. There's a nice little, what we've come to know and expect from GW, a little
pictures,
sort of
no words.
Little guide of slot pin A into hold B and hold C while swearing G. And then we've got a nice little painting guide as well, which gives you all of the layers, all the different paints and step-by-step instructions as well, should you want to paint them just like the box. And I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and paint them up as per the...
I think so.
The guides.
I might, for our first, well, probably we're going to hopefully play a game tonight, but for our first...
We won't be painting for that.
No, for our first game, it might be a quick...
And same again
cover,
for humans.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get them painted.
Yes, and then that's it. And then there's a nice little bit in the back which says, "Stay tuned to Cabal Vision for more carnage as Blood Bowl returns in Death Zone Season 1. And a nice little picture there. I do like they tried to make the whole Blood Bowl thing a lot more...
Kind of make its own universe, really.
They are, yeah, and it's just all a little bit more it's the old style, tongue-in-cheeky, not grimdark.
They have been better about that, generally. I mean, I think they're kind of making it fun rather than...
Yes.
The AOS is more fun.
It is, yes, AOS is nice and fun, flowy. Robin's just going to tweet, so we'll be back in a moment.
Right, what's next in the box?
Ooh, so I don't know what to go for next. I'm just going to take these ones out. It's a nice little special play pack of miscellaneous mayhem and all the team cards. So, get my overly manicured nails out again. Don't want to have to use my teeth. Not on YouTube, but I may have to.
We could probably edit that out. Oh, is he in? Is he in? He's in or he's bending the cards, one or two.
Yeah, I was terrified I might do that. I think we're okay. So, throw it on the floor, cleaner can clean that up. Right, so we've got two things here. I like this size of these cards. These are great big giant cards.
Yeah.
And we've got two things. So the first thing we've got is we've got the teams. So we have
nice.
4 human team cards.
Nice.
And we have 4 orc team
I
cards.
wish I had taken a picture of this now and tweeted that.
And we're probably going to tweak these in a minute. So you've got 4 player cards, one for each team, and I really hope that GW continue doing this kind of thing with all of the teams, because it would just be fantastic. Now you've got the limited edition AOS model recently.
Yes.
Does that have a little card in the box with all the details on it?
Yes.
Cool. So that kind of makes me think they might do this for the teams as well.
Well, it's the modern way. If you play games like X-Wing and things, they have
everything's cards.
You get your ship and all the cards to play with it. And Imperial Assault is the same way. So it's definitely the Fantasy Flight model. Is definitely
the
that
Fantasy
way.
Flight way. But this isn't Fantasy Flight. This is Games Workshop all the way. And each of these features a picture of the team member that it's representing. It's got their movement, strength, agility and armour value statistics there, nice and handy to see. It's got the skills at the bottom as well. Now these are only useful for the basic teams, because if you play a league and you start to get new star abilities and things, you're going to add things. So later on you are going to, these are going to fall out of use a bit, but then any Blood Bowl player worth their salt can pretty much probably reel any of the stats off the top of their head anyway. But these are nice, I like these, a nice little addition to each of the teams. The next thing, the pile, again.
I don't even know what the initials stand for. I'm guessing it's...
So MA.
MA. Massive attack.
No.
No.
Failed. Never mind.
MA.
Movement. I don't know what MA, movement ability. But it's basically movement.
Okay.
Strength.
Agility.
Agility.
And audio visual.
AV is not audio visual,
Okay.
I'm afraid. It's armour value.
Armour value. Okay.
And so the next thing you get is 4-star player.
Ooh.
Ones in the box, which are also equally awesome. You get 2 humans and 2 orcs. Now, you get Varagul Chewer, which sounds a bit personal, and Morgenthorpe. So, Morgenthorpe costs a hell of a lot. It costs 430,000 gold. I'm sure it never cost that.
Gorith Oberwald, 320,000, and the Mighty Zug is 260,000. Well, I suppose the increased price just shows you that's inflation for you.
And I think this still plays the same way. We will check it before we play again. But I believe you have 1 million gold coins to make your team up, and then each player costs certain amounts.
Okay, it doesn't have that on here.
No, but they don't on the basic team
No.
things, but that'll be probably in the rule book.
Okay.
So we'll have a look at that in a minute. So those are the star players, and again, I hope they do those for the star players. And then you get loads of what they call miscellaneous mayhem cards. These ones are red.
Okay.
And these give you various things that you can use during the game, like Rakarth's Curse of Petty Spite and Get 'em Lads.
So do you get a number of those at the beginning of the game? Or
Yeah.
do you pick them up as
Now
you
in the
go?
old version you used to get a certain number depending on I think a dice roll, and I think if your team was worse than the other team you'd get bonuses to it, so
Okay.
help even up the odds a little bit.
And then random events, which presumably happen randomly.
Random events, yeah. So these ones again, these are things like hometown fans and friendly fans.
Incoming.
And Johnny Waterby, a local minor wizard has set up a team in your team dugout, offering refreshing swigs from an enchanted water butt. 1 sip and you're good to go. So this gives you you play things at certain times during the game, and it gives you certain stuff. Like this one gives you +1 to any dice roll you make at the start of the drive to see if players recover from being KO'd.
Okay.
So as anybody who knows the game, players who are knocked out before you start your next drive, you roll dice for each player on a 4+, they're no longer knocked out.
Okay. Brilliant.
So it's 2 nice little sets of cards there, very nice cardboard quality. Do you like it? And this I am very excited for now. So these are
Gonna get this out
the
next.
dugouts. I'm excited about all the rules. It doesn't matter what you take out next. I'm excited about them all.
Okay.
These are the dugouts. These are purely from a reference point of view for the players. They don't they don't follow an in-game thing. But what you've got here is you've got 2 of them.
One each. Oh. Don't
Yeah,
tell her.
don't. No, not yet. Don't.
Okay.
So what you've got on top here, you've got your re-rolls, 1 to 8. You can have up to 8 re-rolls because you can use 1 re-roll a turn. You've then got your different dugout. Don't do that. It's spoiling surprise. It's like opening a Christmas present before it's Christmas. You've then got your dugout, which has your players who are just waiting to go on, your knocked out players, and your dead or at least very badly injured players who aren't going to be playing again that day. And then you've got your turns.
There's a coffin in there and stretcher in there.
Yeah. You've got and this handle, it's got the numbers, so it tells you what your injury roll was, where they coincide with, so 8 or 9, 10, 11 or 12. And then you've got your turn. So the game's made up of 2 halves. Each half has 8 turns. And then if you're still drawn at the end of that, you then have 8 turns for extra time. Now that's all the human side, which is all nice and paved and posh and nice and lovely. And you've got on the other side, you've got an orc version!
Which obviously you had no idea.
I had no idea about this. Is such a surprise. I'm so surprised about it. I love this. So you've got
That's
basically
really good.
exactly the same thing, but it's all orky. So it's just a big hole they've dug in the ground. And the detail on it's really nice. Again, we're going to take some pictures of this and tweet it in a moment.
It is nice. I like the saw bone, the saw for.
There's a saw in the knocked out section.
There's just a dead snotling or something.
Dead grot or snotling in the dead area. and it's just a big hole they've dug in the ground. They've got some. I like they've got some little tactics scrawled up on the rock at the end there.
Oh yeah.
But it's the Orky version again. If they do this for all the races, I would love that because it just gives you that ability to rock up and you can bang. That's your team. It just gives your team a little bit of flavour, a little bit of colour.
I would have thought if people will buy it, then they will do it, but we will see.
Yes. So next bit, now I'm very excited about this, but I've been very excited about all the bits. In fact, I'm going to show you the one last bit that I'm not so excited about. But
actually, I'm quite excited about this.
I'll let you talk about those ones then.
It's decals. Yeah, there's some just pretty standard transfers. Some for the orcs, some for the humans. There's all the team numbers and some nice equal crests for the humans.
I do like the fact that it's got line and catcher and blitzer and stuff.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can,
good.
rather than having to try and paint
Yeah.
on the edge of the base of your model, you can then cut it out and just slap that on.
Yeah.
That makes life nice and easy.
Excellent.
Although
we look forward to
they
using
are
those.
black, so you're going to have to do the outside in white or a lighter colour so it will show up, and normally you don't paint you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a bit odd.
Interesting.
Although, I don't know.
Yeah.
well,
On there, I kind of actually, I must confess, I assumed they were for the back of the model, but they're too big, aren't they?
yeah, I thought it was for the base, so.
But yeah, no, the base would make more sense, except they're black. Oh, those white ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
well,
So you can use those, you
yeah.
can paint it black and you can stick the white transfer on.
Okay.
Very nice. Wouldn't expect any less from GW.
No. Do you like
well,
their transfer sheets?
And now this one I'm very, very excited
Oh,
about.
actually, this is always a mark of a good game. Spare poly bags.
You're like, oh, what do I do with all these loose dice just rolling around?
Yeah.
Bags. Thinking of everything. Now here's the pitch. Now everything's all packaged up again, so
Pretty exciting. Not polystyrene this time,
not polystyrene, it's cardboard like the last go.
but really
It's pretty thick.
good quality cardboard.
Let me open this up so I can show you.
Wow, it's huge.
It is pretty big.
Wow, it's bigger than I was expecting it to be.
Here we have the whole thing. It's massive. Now I can't really, you can't get the whole thing. In fact, turn it on. There we go. Always think. Now you can't see us.
That's almost big enough for a small game of AOS.
It is. This looks a lot bigger than the previous order. In fact, we have the previous board to hand, so I'm going to have to do a quick side by side.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is bigger. I think it's scaled up. The squares look like they're bigger to fit on the bigger bases. But if we try and stretch this out to its full size,
Okay.
you get an idea. Now the actual number of squares in it and the layout of the pitch is exactly the same as before. You've got your line of scrimmage at the front, you've got your wide zones, you've got your touchdown zone at the end. And this is the human pitch. It's all nicely manicured. There's some nice little details on there, some scattered helmets, some blood splatters. And I noticed a trapdoor on this side. I'm not sure, that must be something coming out in the game later on. What I would love to see is a version of a rubber-backed mat version of these. Would be awesome, like the gaming mats you can get.
Oh
or phone back to.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the.
But if you did that, Pete, there's one thing it wouldn't be there if it was rubber backs.
It would be cardboard.
No, well, it wouldn't be cardboard. It wouldn't.
It wouldn't be this.
double sided.
Oh my god! As with everything in life, if there's something on the other side as well, it's even better. And this is the Orc version.
Wow.
I love this.
Similarly rough as trapdoor again.
There's another. And I think there's one down here.
Oh yeah, there's two. Is there any one?
They're basically.
There are two of the humans.
Oh, I'm not sure which I like more. I think I like the Orc one more. It's all lined out exactly the same again, but this one looks like they've just got like a riverbed or something that's dried up. They've just sort of hewn out. There's piles of skulls down here. It's just all kinds of brilliant. Love it.
Exciting.
I'm massively excited about this. So yeah, I'm not going to say sorry either. I'm not sorry. This is like 20 years in the making for me. So this is absolutely awesome. So
Brilliant. Right, did you want to get the other board out?
we're going to get the other board out now and just do a quick side-by-side comparison, so show you the difference. So we got out the old board, which is to hand, and it's not massively
I'd say
different.
it's bigger than I. Well, I don't think I ever played this version, but it's bigger than I realised. I'm sure the polystyrene one wasn't this big.
No, I don't think
The
it was.
original cardboard one certainly wasn't.
Now we've done a quick measure up, and it's maybe a little bit. It's maybe about 3-4 inches longer. It's a couple of inches wider. It's exactly the same squares in both dimensions, but the squares are obviously bigger on this version because of the bigger bases, whereas they're a bit smaller on that one. I think this one means it'll be easier to get your big guys with the the ogres and things, because ogres still used to take up one circle and they got in the way a bit. So this one there's a bit more room. No trapdoors on the old one, I'm afraid. So what that did point out to me is that the touchdown counter on this one isn't on here, and I was sitting thinking, where's that gone? And I realised that on the dugouts I'd incorrectly labelled a few of the sections. So the top section here, you've actually got the score counter at the top, as indicated by the BB.
Okay.
So that's the score counter. You've then got 2 sets of turn counters, and then you've got your re-rolls at the bottom, as indicated by the dice, which I'm assuming is sort of universal for a re-roll. So that's it. Now, looking back through the rulebook a little bit, one thing I have noticed is in the basic rules, there is only costs, points, whatever you want to call it, for the basic teams, the humans and the orcs that come in the game. Now, I'm not sure what that's going to mean for anybody out there who's got your dwarves or your Skaven or anything like that who want to get into the new version of the game. I guess the living rules will sort of still be applicable here, so you can probably still use the points costs from all of those ones.
Skaven Blight Scramble, as it says on here.
It looks like Skaven go to
soon. The next team, I'm guessing. And there's a dwarf on this Bloodbowl
Death Zone
Season 1 supplement, and we had a quick look at the back page here.
And when it says Death Zone Season 1, it's got pictures of dwarves and Skaven.
Dwarf, Skaven, that's a goblin, is it?
It's a goblin and an ogre.
And an ogre, yes.
I don't know if they can do goblin teams and ogre teams, or whether they're just sort of like
allies.
special players or special team members you can have.
It's good to say the dwarf is drinking some Bugwins or something.
Bugwins 6x, XXXXXX. So that's Blood Bowl. I've got to say, I'm massively impressed by the quality of the models, the quality of the cardboard, quality of the dice. Everything is amazing.
It's very exciting. So has it lived up so far to your expectations?
It has. I'm massively excited by this. I don't know what to do about what they're going to do about the points, but I guess because the rules I think are pretty much staying the same, I'm guessing anybody can come along with their current version of their dwarf team or their Skaven team or whatever and just play the game as it is. But I'm certain that this being GW, they're going to quickly start throwing out additions to it pretty quickly.
Probably.
So I know one person requested whether I could tell them if the dwarf team points have changed, and I'm afraid I can't because there are none. So for the time being, I guess you just play with your stunties as they are. That's one other thing I like about this version of the game. You've got orcs and you've got dwarves. There's none of this Druid and yeah, orcs and yeah, all that nonsense. It's orcs and it's dwarves.
We're strictly parallel universe kind of guys.
Yes.
So anyway, yes. So
hopefully you've been following the tweets. Hopefully you've enjoyed them and stick around to watch the game. We're going to try and put the models together now, I think.
Yeah, I think we need to do that on camera.
See if we can get that.
We might do one or two just so you can see the snap, how well they fit together, how easily they go together.
We shall try that and see how that goes. But we're going to do that. It's probably going to be a separate video, so keep an eye on the post below and everything else, and hopefully that will be up. It's probably going to get posted at the same time. But yeah, we're going to go away now and start putting our toy soldiers together.
Thanks for watching. Do follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. Leave any comments below. Ask us. If we don't know the answers, we'll try and find out. I certainly don't have much Blood Bowl experience, so there's no point asking me the rules. Well, yeah, ask a question. We might answer it.
Shout. We'll do our best at least, if nothing else. So.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay then, so as you can see, this is the sprue. I've started to cut a few things off with my clippers here, and I've cut off a coin, so that you can see it's got an eagle's head on that side and the Blood Bowl logo on that side, and then I'm going to test the push fit. I'm just going to test the push fit nature of the models now. So I don't know if you can see that. So the head goes in there like that, and the armour, the breastplate fits in, and hopefully it should all fit together. I'll tell you, I've been assembling some Kill Team Space Marines, and they took me about half an hour each. So this is much easier. There you go. That's him done. You see that there? That's him done, and let's see. I'm not push it too hard, I don't want to break him, but actually, yeah, he's pretty well fit together. I mean, so you could play that without any glue. if you wanted to. And there's the, I really love that pose. I don't know if you can quite see that. I think I might have done that wrong. I really love that pose of that figure.
Leaping up to grab the ball.
Yeah. So there you go. So then his slotter goes in there like that, and there he is, looking good. So I'll just do another one, just so you can see. But it really is very quick. This one actually was much trickier. So I've actually put the breastplate on first. The head piece doesn't fit in so well for this one, so I'm going to put that on there and then just push it all together, and then hopefully his head. Yeah, it's all secure now. That was a little bit more fitted. Didn't catch my, well, I did actually, but I'm not going to show you my inept attempts. Try again.
It's pretty inane too.
I'm not going to show you my inept attempts at fixing him together.
But still, in comparison to the multi-part.
Oh, yes, and again, no glue needed. This head is a little bit more wobbly, if I'm honest. You can see there. Oh, you can see there a little bit more wobbly that head.
Polystyrene, I saw that.
So yes, I probably would stick that one. And there he is on his slotter, and that's it. So that's two, and then I've got another one. Here's one I made earlier in true Blue Peter style. For those of you who grew up with Blue Peter in the UK, so there's two sprues for each army. I'm not going to show you making all of them. There you go. There's the two. So I'm going to go and make these, and then I think Pete's going to assemble some orcs for you.
Okay, so now we're on to the Orc Assembly. Now, with clipping these ones and putting them together, I have noticed that the orcs probably need more, they probably do need a bit of glue to stay assembled, because just looking at, for example, the thrower here, which I'm going to try and show to you now. So he looks pretty nifty, he's pretty cool, but the head doesn't really have anything. It's just a big hole, it's just a big divot and a triangle tag that it sticks into, and when you stick that in, it's pretty tight. It'll hold for a while, but I can see that eventually coming loose. So you are definitely not going to get many games out of them partly assembled before they're going to start falling apart, I think. But look at that model. I mean, that's just a fantastic model. So let's have a look at some of the others. So the first guy I've got here is a Blitzer, nice and dynamic. So here's the body. If I can get that to focus in on there. Come on. Come on. There we go. So there's the body, big hole for where the head should be. So I haven't looked at the instructions for this one, I'm just going to guess it and we'll see how badly my work goes. So the arm here goes on this side now. It's pretty easy, you've got a tag on there, you've got a bit on there, and that should just slot in there nice and easy like that. So there's the arm, and then we get the other arm slash head portion here, as you can see there he is. And this one should just pretty much, once again, line up the tag with the hole and just shove it in like so. And there we go. Not sure why he's northern. And there's one Blitzer. He looks pretty nice. That is a very nice model. And again, get a slotter base on there. Put him on like so. Now he's only got 1 foot on the base, so you've got to be a bit more careful with this one. You don't want to snap a bit of the slot base off. But there we go. Nice in there. One Blitzer model ready for crumping. That's pretty, that's beautiful. That's a nice dynamic little pose. I will clear this up afterwards when we've played the game. And then one more here. So this one's going to be a Black Orc. Has to do one of the big boys. So one body. He has a separate head. It's going to stick on. And again, you've got your tags, the holes in the back of there. Now again, that's not exactly the tightest fit. It's certainly not quite as good as the human ones, but what I do like is if I take this off again, you can just see there's a tongue on the bottom bit here, and then when you stick the head on, you can just about see the tongue in the mouth, which gives this awesome sort of extra sort of dimension to the whole model, which is just fantastic. And then I'm going to get the arms here, which gives him his back, shoulders and arms. Again, just got to line up. It's pretty easy to work out. In fact, this goes in the top here, so you can see the tag here. That just clips in there. Bit of a good old-fashioned orc brute force here, just to try and line it all up. Clip him in. a little bit harder to get to stay in place. And that's one head launched into the abyss. I'll go and dig that out in a moment. So, those are the orcs, as you can see. There's two of them here. I'm just going to go and run off, try and find the head for the other one that I just fired across the room. And, oh, there's some humans. So that's the orcs and the humans put together. Now we're going to try and get the rest done and get onto a game.